Yes. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are back in the seat. We're back live, waiting for our guest to come back into the back and in the chat. So we're just going to hang out here for a minute and, yeah, let the good times roll. Right, Christy? And just wait for everybody to jump back in. You see here, get out of that and get into Sunday Bible study. And we got one person in the back, one person in the. Had one viewer. So let's see. Was that Mystic? Let me get his link. All right, Mystic. Whenever you're ready to try to jump back on, there's your link. So I hope everybody's had a wonderful Sunday, a wonderful weekend. Hope everybody's had a safe weekend. Here at our ranch, we just Chris and I, we keep ourselves to ourselves and keep as safe as possible. Life is full of appointments at the hospital and pharmacies. Well, um, I was hoping our friends would come back on. Um, Mr. Jennifer Ghost, is he gonna come back on or not? One viewer, okay. Mystic should be coming on anytime. And here we go. Let's try this again, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Mystic 22222. Are you with me? No. Oh, turn it up. Turn it up. I can hear you. Just barely. I can just barely hear you.
I don't know where my volume control is
Oh, no.
on Restream. How do I turn up the volume on Restream? It's quiet. It's low volume.
It's a very low volume. Is there a control within Windows? Are you on Windows or Mac?
Windows.
You're on Windows. There should be down in your toolbar to your on your right down there should be an icon to control your volume or your mic. You see your volume control icon down there? No,
No?
maybe it's not pinned to your startup bar. Huh? Yeah, I rebooted and everything.
Well, but at least it's clear, right?
Yeah, this ain't gonna work.
I'm looking for Windows control on the computer for the microphone.
Yeah, Mystic, it's just so yeah, it's so statically garbled. I can't understand a word you just said. Oh, I am so sorry. Shoot, we can't seem to get a live stream going for the life of us. I've never been able to get a live. I think I've got one or two successful live streams, but nothing ever happened. And there you go, nothing at all.
Well,
You still able to hear me?
yeah, I hear you fine.
Hmm.
Okay, I'm boosting the microphone higher. How's that?
Okay, it got louder, but you're still garbled. It's still statically garbled, but it's louder.
Okay, that's about as much as I can do. Am I understandable?
Yeah. I'm trying to think.
It seems to me that the host should have full
Headphones,
control.
MH3. Um, no, that ain't it.
Yeah, I would think that the host would have full mixing control for volume for everything.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I wonder if it's me. I'm just still thinking it's me.
Well,
Hold on a second.
I agree, but I'm trying to figure out.
Are you there?
I'm here.
Okay, hold on a second. I think talk to me.
Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, now you're clear. Hold
Am
on.
I
Okay. Um,
clear and loud? Clear and loud?
I can hear you now.
Clearly and loudly?
I can hear you clearer.
Okay.
Um, now talk to me.
Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay, that's better. That's a lot better.
Okay. We should do these things before showtime.
We should really um get together and try to uh I guess work out the kinks before we get.
We'll just verify, validate at about 3:30 or so.
Yeah. Okay, so Jim
Yep.
Beyond Jim Skin is back with us. Thank you for sir for coming back, and we are going to commence our Bible study with Mystic 22222.
Yes. And
So
it was
Mystic, you go ahead and hopefully we don't have any more audio problems.
okay. And it was very good that you started reading that. You left off where exactly?
I left off um, on the bottomless pit. Well,
You
I,
were in
I
chapter
left
5.
I left on and the fourth angel sounded, and a third of the sun, and a third of the moon, and a third of the stars were smitten. That's where
Okay,
I left off.
you got a lot farther than I expected. Okay, all right. So let me just back up a little bit because we last week was quite long, and we need to very briefly review that.
Okay.
And I use slightly different words that will help you as a perspective in case that was a little too quickly. So let's see. I was mentioning that I left off at the word even, which can mean evening or it can be inclusive, like the word also. If you can reread King James with these words replacing the word even, they will often make sense depending on context. Replacing with also, without exception, all the way, um, all is in modern English. And like I said, I love all people, even the stupid ones. Then it has a somewhat different meaning in Old English. It also means namely or particularly or especially. So, for instance, there is a semi-quote. There is one who accuses you, even Noah.
Okay.
You should read that as there is one who accuses you, particularly, or namely Noah. So that's a very tricky word.
Yeah.
Um, Also, it's important for everyone to realize that everything about prophecy in the Bible, not in the modern prophets, not in today's prophets, but in the Bible, um, prophecies always revolve around Israel, particularly Jerusalem. So, although other nations are mentioned, usually not by name or by ancient names, they're um, incidental in as much as how they affect Israel.
Okay.
So, for example, America is talked about here, and to some extent, although it's not named, but it is referred to as Mystery Babylon. Russia is referred to as the bear.
The bear. Yeah.
Yeah. Everything also you need to understand too. The main concept of prophetic symbols is what nowadays we would call a meme or a political cartoon. These symbols all represent different countries, different people, and it was well known in the ancient world that each country, just like today, was represented by a given name or a given, let's say, an icon. So
Okay.
Russia is and always has been referred to as the bear.
Yes.
Okay. Now, it doesn't mention the eagle per se in Revelation, but it does refer to it as once it is taken over, as we are now, it is referred to as a lamb with two small horns, Democrat and Republican, but it speaks as a dragon.
Okay.
So those are a few examples. I'm going to because chapters 12 and 13 are so dense, these are the most critical ones that most people really can't understand, but they pick up on the symbology.
Yeah.
Um,
Eh,
and now we see those symbols everywhere, as the Satanists they certainly know what the symbols mean, and they have adopted them. And we see those symbols everywhere. Um, so 12 and 13 is what I'm primarily going to focus on. And I think the rest of it, I keep thinking I can do the 14 and I think 12 and 13 are going to have to be do for this today, and then I'll have to pick up the rest of it later, because the rest of it is going to need chunks. Those get really complicated, and I will need chunks. And I have to
Okay.
so very briefly, I'm going to review chapters 5 through 11 with a slightly different slant on
So 5 through 9.
it. Well, we covered 5 through 9, and I'm going to hear about 11. We left
Yeah.
off with chapter 5, and
Okay.
we were talking about the scroll with the seven seals. And the scroll with the seven seals is the deed to our world, both the planet and the people on it. And very often in prophecy, when a prophet sees a symbol, they are often given the knowledge instantaneously what that is about. So in chapter 5, when John uh, sees that there is a scroll held in Jehovah's hand, asking who is worthy to break these seals, and everyone is looking around and searching and asking, and no one is found who is worthy. Um, John breaks down in tears and collapses on the ground in hopelessness, because he knows that scroll represents us, the title deed to us, the ownership of humanity. And
Hmm.
whoever owns that, we are bound to that entity's fate. And of course, that was Satan. And because there was no one found worthy, we were doomed to go into the lake of fire with him. And then the angel says, wait, there is one who is worthy, the Lamb.
Yeah.
And the Lamb steps up. And in this particular vision, the Lamb looks very happy. It has 7 horns and 7 eyes, and it stands together. And it walks up and it takes the scroll, and everybody cheers. And the reason why he is able to take the scroll and take the seals out and take possession of planet Earth and humanity from Satan is because first he was human, and therefore, because he was human, he understands what it is to be flesh and blood and weak. And
Okay.
yet he did not sin, proving the one thing that was the main controversy that Satan was accusing us of, that we were so hopelessly sinful by nature that there was no saving. And yet he proved that it was possible to live a sinless life as a flesh and blood human. That qualified him to be our judge, not our judge. It had also qualified him to be our attorney before the throne of heaven. And because he paid our price, he, that price, that blood price, purchased us from him for giving him. And as such, then he was able to remove Lucifer's 7 feet. So the owner of the scroll has authority over it to control it, and the 7 seals seal our fate with its son. Yeshua's blood purchased us, giving him full ownership, which is controllership. Ownership is controllership, and that's separable. And the sole right to break the seal and then seal our fate with sin instead. And our fate with sin is eternal life. So as he strips starting with chapter 6 now, so as he strips the seal, Jehovah begins the final testing to expose the true character of every living soul, whether he's worthy or unworthy of eternal life. There can be no sense fitters in the book of judgment of sin. Sorry. Did you hear that, by the way? Did you hear that sound?
Yeah, I'm having trouble again, Mystic.
Oh,
I'm trying to overcome this without. Um. Okay, you back?
yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
When did you lose me?
Okay. I
What was I? What was I saying when you lost me?
I was saying you went garbled and went completely out. I'm thinking it's my headphones.
Oh,
I'm thinking it's my headphones, and I tried going to the speakers through my computer, and I can barely hear you through them.
okay.
But
But
you're
everybody else.
clear. You're clear now, and you're fine. You're more understand. I can hear you better than I have been able to all day.
Okay. How about everybody else? Can everybody else hear me?
Beyond Jim, are you still there? Can you hear Mystic?
And have you been hearing me all along?
I wish I had more controls of my audio. My settings just is. I'm very limited on my free subscription with Restream.
Okay.
That they don't let me have full control of everything because I'm not one of their pro subscribers.
All you should have control of is the mixing volume for each participant.
And you would think I would, but I don't.
Okay. Other than that, you use your own studio equipment to make things come out. By the way,
Hi, I
by
have
the way,
headphones on so I can hear.
okay. By the way, can you hear this?
I can hear you, yes.
No. Can you? Okay. You don't hear any musical sounds?
I'm not hearing any musical sound, no.
Okay.
But what I'm hearing is something in the background, some kind of interference.
Oh,
He's not. Oh, I'm hearing the music now.
okay. So, yeah, I was kind of hoping to feed the sound directly, the music system directly into the channel, so that
Oh.
I can say, behold.
Ah. Oh, you're sitting at a keyboard.
Well, the keyboard is part of the supercomputer,
I see.
along with several other things.
I see. Cool.
It's a big concept.
Okay.
I'll show it to you sometime.
Oh no. What did you do?
I didn't do anything.
You're all garbled again.
Uh,
Yep. You were fine. You were just fine.
okay, beyond, okay, Jim Skin says there's
His
no
voice
music,
just got louder.
but
His,
Jim, can you hear me clearly? My voice? Have you? Do I sound garbled to you?
I can't understand a word you're saying. Hold on.
Jim,
Talking to Jim.
Can
Okay.
you hear my voice clearly? Has it been garbled or has it faded out?
Go ahead. You there?
Yeah, low voice. Okay, so he says my volume is low.
Your volume is very low,
Okay. I'm
but
putting
it's.
out all I'm putting out all the gain that I can from this one. There is a fan on. It's the computer. If you can hear the fan, you're probably hearing everything. It's a very big computer. When I throw a really high power program on it, the lights dim. there's a possibility of throwing the circuit breaker. Can you hear me, Brian?
I could barely hear you.
Mm.
It's uh, I mean, I'm having trouble with my hearing as it is. Communication. Let's go to default. So okay, just go ahead and go on with the lesson, Mystic. Everybody else seems to be able to hear you. I
Okay,
can hear you at very low volume.
okay. So we'll do this for the record then, for the video. Those of you who are watching, sorry for the problems. Just go ahead and skip through them each time we get to them. Um,
Yeah, beyond Jim Skin saying it sounds like you got a very low voice. It sounds like you got a fan on.
and I do.
Oh,
It's
okay.
my computer.
Yeah,
My computer fans.
I see. Okay.
They're they're in leaf
Well,
blower mode.
to the speakers I have, I've just switched to the monitor speakers, and I can seem to hear you at a very low volume, but I can hear you a lot clearer.
Okay, great. So as Yehovah, or sorry, as Yeshua, Jesus strips the seals from the scroll, which represents us, or his lordship over us. The Father begins the final testing to expose the true character of every living soul, whether he's worthy or unworthy of eternal life. There can be no fence sitters when the books of judgment are closed. Um, as he opens the first seal, a white horseman rides out on a white horse. He overthrows the powers that be, leaving anarchy. In the uncontrolled chaos of anarchy, the red horse rider inspires universal. That's the real life purge, with everyone fighting with each other. From the Proud Boys pushing back to managers declaring open season on terror. Now we have a time marker here. This is where we are beginning to be. The state of Illinois just legalized most crimes last month. Everything from murder and robbery to rape. You can commit these crimes and they will not come after you in the state of Illinois. And with everyone divided against each other, who's producing any food? So then the black horse riders, denoting famine. After the fighting and hunger has removed many people, the survivors must work 12 hours a day, just every day, just to get one ration of food each day. In a famine, people weaken um, with, mal, with malnutrition. They become malnourished. And then the pale horse rider mops up the dying of all sorts of diseases brought on by this malnutrition. The opening of the fifth seal proves that the pre-trib rapture uh, um, disproves the pre-trib rapture. It disproves the pre-trib rapture because all the faithful still on earth must be martyred. They die during this seal, the sixth seal, under the beast persecution. Then the seventh seal completes the Yeshua's takeover of the crown. The seventh seal is the completion. Okay.
Okay.
We then go to the seven trumpets. Now, even after the seventh seal, there are still quite a lot of those kinds of people, but not for much longer. The seven trumpet plagues exclude those that are already sealed in Yeshua, in Jesus, but are still alive somehow. And again, showing they have still not, sorry, but the plagues are on those that are still not repentant. Most unrepentant die in their sins at this time. At the end of the sixth trumpet, the vast majority of surviving unrepentants have still refused to repent, which tells us they are still being given one last chance to repent and accept Yeshua's salvation, although they don't accept it. But they are still given this last chance. Those plagues do not hit the faithful. Um, that's basically it for 12 and 13. Do we have any questions? Do we have any questions?
Hold on.
Okay.
I just lost you again. Gosh. Why am I why hold on. Output default communication.
Yeah. Oh, no. Yeah, for sure. We're having.
Okay, try to talk to me.
Hello? Testing. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
You got me back?
For some reason you were coming in clear through my monitor speakers to the computer and then it just faded away.
Oh,
Garbled. So I say I'm back on these things.
yeah. Okay, but can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Okay. So I basically finished 6 through 11,
Okay.
and 12 actually in 13.
And
I don't
I
know how well that recorded. I'll have to go back and look at the video and see if it recorded well.
yeah, I don't know. Hopefully it came out okay, but we'll just continue on.
Okay, so I had stopped and asked if there were any questions, and I haven't received any questions yet in the chat.
You asked me a question?
No, I asked if anyone had any questions.
Oh, Beyond Jim Scan, do you have any questions? I think Jim is the only one we still
Okay,
have
well,
with us right now.
yeah, we'll wait for any questions. But in the meantime, I basically finished 12 and 13, and now I need to give you some time markers.
Okay,
I gave you one earlier, which was um,
no questions. Okay.
okay. I did give you a time marker earlier, which was the state of Illinois legalizing crime. They have become
Oh,
lawless. Okay,
yep.
and that is part of the beast system, the lawlessness. So I'm going to give a few more time markers. Israel has a new prime minister, the name of Yair Lapid. He announced at his first meeting in front of the UN that they were going to split Israel.
Hmm.
He announced that last week. Now, the U.S. is the one who's been putting a lot of pressure on Israel to split Israel.
Well, Bonehead took office.
Yes. Well, it was actually long before that. It started with the Carter administration, then the Obama, then the Clintons, and Obama.
Regardless, it all has everything to do with the
Yeah,
Dems and the
only
liberals.
only Trump, only Trump tried to reunite them
Yep,
and 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 make Jerusalem the center that it was supposed to be.
and that's part of the reason why the uh, the leftist elite is doing everything to try to oust him.
Yes, and because the because our government has been dividing Israel, has been in the background pushing dividing Israel. The Latter Day Prophets have been saying for the last couple of years, since you have divided Israel, you have delivered. Let me start over. Because you have divided my land, I will now divide your land. And we have
Yep,
seen in the last 2 years a mass exodus of Republicans and everyone who's not a Democrat to red states.
yep,
Okay, and
yep.
then in addition to that, they've also been saying we will be physically divided by a massive earthquake going up the San Madras Fault
Sure.
that will open up the Mississippi from 1 mile. It will open up the Mississippi from 1 mile to 100 miles or more by emptying the Great Lakes all the way down to the Gulf of Mexico.
Keep going. Keep going.
Yeah. So okay, my next that's one time point, time reference point, showing we are there.
Okay.
The next one is actually my original one back at the beginning was this quote: "This generation, that is, the generation of Israelis who see Israel reestablished as a nation in 1948, will not pass away before the Son of Man returns."
Wow.
Yeah. And also, goes back to, I think it's one of the prophets, Isaiah,
Isaiah.
uh, says, "Can these bones live again?"
Hmm.
And Israel's near extinction and national resurrection happened in 1948. It happened in 1945 when the Germans were exterminating them, and then they were released, and then they were dumped back into Israel, as we talked about last week.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mm, mm.
so that's what it means. These bones can these bones live again? These bones being a dead nation. As soon as they became a nation, the time clock started ticking because some of those people have to survive to see the return. Another sign is that um, the world has always had troubles, but all of the world has all of the troubles happening all at once. Not a few here and there at a time, all at once, everywhere. So um, we don't know if the Egyptians or if Joseph's drought was worldwide, but certainly it was all over the civilized world. And that was actually what made Egypt an empire. It was
Hmm.
only a kingdom, but it became an empire because Joseph's food fed all the country.
Wow.
That's now happening again, but it is happening worldwide. There is no place on the planet where it's raining normally. It's either it's almost all gone, like what Jim says, or it's totally flooded. There's nothing in between, wiping out the food supply.
Huh?
Um, Now, the fusion of Christianity, Islam, and unofficially, Judaism is now bringing about the one world church.
You know, it's gonna happen.
It's called Islam, and it's being fused. Um, um, I think I've lost the notes on that one. Let me see.
Oh no.
Mm, well, it was very specifically about the name of the country. Let me see what I can remember off the top of my head. The name of the name of the new tri temple, made up of three temples,
Okay.
is that's what I needed my notes for. It's in Abu Dhabi, the capital of the United Emirates of Arabia. It is a triangular compound with a large cathedral, Christian cathedral, a
Hmm.
large, a large mosque temple,
Okay.
and a small cubic Jewish temple. And the Jews had no say in it. They did not agree to it. But they went ahead and built a small cubic temple for the Jews.
Huh. Excuse me.
This came out in this came out 2019. It was announced that the plans were made and they're now constructing.
Hmm.
This is the New World Order Church.
It's all happening.
Yeah. It's yeah. When I yeah, it's all happening. And the point is that it's happening at a very particular point in prophecy. This is where I'm trying to point where we are. I'm trying to point, put a big finger sign pointing, you are here.
Yep. And we were talking last week, uh, and I was thinking to myself the reasoning of all this.
Yeah,
Why I ran into you. How did I I just happened to be an air gunner, just shooting air guns. And here's this guy Mystic at Maccabee Speed's live stream. you know. And I'm like, so and here we are. So it's not a coincidence.
no, of course not.
I think everything's in timing, to God's timing.
Yeah,
So you think that's what the why the water levels in western United States are going down, huh?
that's part of the reason. In California, the governor opened all the dams a couple of years ago and has not allowed
He's
us
an
to keep any water.
idiot. He's an idiot.
No, no, he's not an idiot. He knows what he's doing.
Who Newsom?
Yeah, absolutely. Newsom knows what he's doing. Yeah, this is evil. You have to realize when we first started colonizing California, California always was a semi-tropical rainforest in the spring
Just go
and
ahead and keep talking. I gotta try to fix this again.
yeah, it was always a semi-tropical rainforest in the winter and spring, and a desert in the summer and early fall. Always. And so that's why we have one of the largest, most sophisticated water reservoir systems in the world.
Okay.
Okay, so by opening that up, he basically turns us back into a flood and drought area again. So it's not that we've lost that much rain, although we have lost rain. The whole world has lost rain,
Yeah.
but we're not able to keep the little bit of rain that we get. Thank you, Jim. Yes, it is.
It's very interesting. Yeah.
So I guess it's going to be a little bit short today, and we probably couldn't hold this thing together anyway.
Okay. Yeah.
I have a whole
It's
another page, a whole another page I was supposed to be going through,
yeah.
but that will have to do for now.
Well, there's always this next week.
Yeah, and I'll go through the video and see what we lost and cover it again if necessary next
Okay.
week.
All right. And most definitely we should try to um correspond beforehand and see if we
Yes,
get everything try to work out all these kinks.
yeah,
So, all right, Mystic, not a problem. I think is a good place to go ahead and end this, and we will continue on with this next weekend. And bye, good night. She's so cute. And we'll talk to you later. Okay.
okay,
All right. You guys have a good night. Bye bye.
bye bye.
Oh, that's so cute. Hey, it's a good stream. Even though we had some garbled communication problems, audio problems, and it wouldn't be an ice stream if there wasn't problems, would it be? So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is a good place because my better half is calling me to dinner, and it's a good place to end this live stream. Beyond Jim Skin, thank you again for everything else, and thank you for coming in. And I hope you have yourselves a good night. And thank you again, Jungle Ghost Survival, for coming in. I've seen you. And Mystic22222. My friend, thank you for coming in and enlightening us and sharing us your knowledge of uh, the good word and God's plan for this world and us. You take care too. You take care, Jim. And we'll talk to you next week or this next week sometime. Okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, wherever you're watching this broadcast, Christy and I from RNCGFC want to say we love you. Please give us a thumbs up if you haven't already. Become a subscriber to the channel, be part of the family. And share if you like this, share this with somebody else so they can see it. So until next time, God bless you. You all know the rest. Have a great day.